Okay, there we go. Live. How's everybody doing? I would say it's finally spring out here in Washington, or starting to finally feel like spring. Sky's been clear for the past few days. No cold, no more snow.
I would say it's finally.
Yeah,
No.
I would say we are finally at. I'd say we're finally arriving at spring, and oh, yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, but I had to miss out because I was at work.
Oh, poor you.
How about you? Did you get drunk?
No, it's not really a thing over here.
Really?
Really. I mean, it should be. I mean, I'm always up for a day where you get to drink and all, but yeah, it's not a big thing here.
I would think Kiwis wouldn't miss an opportunity to get shit faced.
Yeah, but we have the weekends for that, so you know.
So it's like you get St. Patrick's Day almost all the time anyway.
Yeah. Just without the Irish theme.
Yep. Although, actually, here's the thing. What's the holiday for New Zealand? It's like Independence Day out here.
Oh, it's a Waitangi Day.
What was it?
Waitangi Day. That's when all the treaties were signed and the war between everybody stopped and all that nice stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you'd say that's a pretty good excuse to go for a Kiwi to go out and get drunk.
Sure, that works. We can do that. Why not?
And you're also going to tell me Kiwis don't get drunk on Christmas or New Year's?
Well, I do. I can't speak for everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually I shared a little bit of what's left of my proper 12 with my roommate because St. Patrick's Day is also his birthday. Also gave me a little bit of Jack Daniel's apple. Tastes good.
Oh, nice. Does the apple have a bit of a bite to it?
I would say, yeah. I mean, you can definitely taste an apple flavor in there.
Sweet.
I mean, I know your thing is Jim Beam, but
yeah, Jim Beam, Jack Daniels. I mean, you know, whichever.
Okay, well, now you got to track down Jack Daniel's apple.
Yeah, I have seen those, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, was that actually earlier today before we started? I was watching. Y'all heard of a channel called Townsend's?
Townsend's? No.
Okay, well, the whole thing with this channel is that the gimmick is they make food from the 18th century.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, and it's about as they like 18th century America. They try to make it as accurately as possible. They will use tools and methods that were popular at the time or used at the time. It's like they try to get it as close as they can to that end of the period.
Sweet.
Yeah, video I'm gonna link you the video they put up today because the video they did was making apple mash brandy.
Okay.
Basically, it was just making brandy, but you had to start it by mashing the apples. Yeah, I just sent you the video over Facebook right now. File that away for later.
Yep, yeah, I got that one. Thank you. I'll check that one out after this.
Yeah, it's good channel.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Always looking for good new channels.
Yep. Yep. One thing I was a little bummed out before we started.
Yep.
I wanted to start off. I was getting bored with my character in Fallout 4, so I decided, you know what? Why don't I just make a new one? But new game takes too long to load, so I decided I'll just load an earlier save. And I found the earliest save I had, which was right before my character first leaves the vault. And I booted that save up. Everything was fine, but although then I got to the part where you have to decide, okay, do you want to go with your character as is, or do you want to make some last-minute edits before you leave? Like, I'm pretty sure you played Fallout 3. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yep. So I I decided, yeah, I want to make my character different. This is about as close as I can. This was the whole conceit of me starting it over. Couple things aren't working right. Like the keys aren't responding. And so I decide, okay, I'll just go back to my current save.
Yep.
And then I found out that apparently it wiped out all my progress. Like I had sunk like almost 5 days worth of gameplay into that character. And now it's all gone.
Oh no. Oh,
I'm not sure. I might have just I might just reinstall Fallout 4. I'm wondering if it was all the mods I loaded into it or something. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's not nice though.
No, it's not. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Eric. Hey. He's in the chat right now. What are you doing, buddy? So, yeah, that's... yeah, I'm not happy.
I don't blame you. I mean, that's a lot to lose.
Yeah, and I was actually and I'm not gonna lie. To be honest, I think the reason why I was getting really bored with that current character was because I had sort of cheated with it. Like, I loaded up console commands and just boosted my character out to level 1000 just to see if I could do it. And let me put it this way, even on very hard, it's still fucking easy.
Well, that's what mods do, I guess. You know,
it wasn't just a no. This wasn't a mod, dude. This was like console command.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I did the console command just to see if I could boost my character up to level 1000. Like, I wasn't trying to cheat. I just wanted to see if I could do it.
Yep.
And I did. It was like, holy shit. I mean, I pretty much maxed out all the attributes. I got all the perks, maxed them all out too. It's just like, and then after, like, it was fun for a while, don't get me wrong. But then it's just, I mean, about that point, it just became me just fucking around in the Commonwealth wasteland.
Yeah. I haven't actually played the 4th, but I can see what you're going with this.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I mean, I kind of liked what I was doing with that character. It's just, you know, it just get a. I mean, like I said, 5 days of gameplay. That I was having fun. I didn't even really, to be honest, I didn't even finish the main quest because, like, I tried a couple times and for some reason I hit a bug that would not let me advance it.
Oh shit!
So it's just like it just came in for me at that point. You know, it's screw this. I'm just gonna fuck around in the game world. I'm not gonna ever finish. I'm not gonna finish it. Whatever. I don't care. It's just like, I just wish I could have been able to. I just wish I didn't lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not doing too well. Got lines going across my phone. Yeah, I saw on Twitter your phone broke again. Yeah. This is time to get a new phone, buddy. And it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, it's just a game. I'm just kind of a little upset that I lost all that gameplay time.
Yeah, it's perfectly natural.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get over it. Don't worry. It's just like, I mean, just, man. 5 days. I had 5 days of gameplay in that.
Yeah, I'd be a little peeved as well. I think anyone would be. I mean,
yeah,
and yeah, it is a game, but you know, it's one of those things that would piss you off regardless. Yeah, so, yeah.
Well, like
it's all good.
Yeah. You know, the first time I ever played Fallout 3, you know what? I didn't get it at first. I think did that game come out again? I'm pulling it up.
Oh god, I think it was 2009-ish.
No, I remember being in high school when it came out.
2008.
2008.
Yeah.
2008. Well, at least out in the States, it was 2008. Okay, so if it was... So, fuck, I was in... Man, I would... I was in... That was my junior... Probably my... Wait, was it? Oh, it was October. Yeah, that was my senior year of high school it came out in. I don't know. It's just like I don't know. For some reason at that time, I don't think I got it. Like, I tried playing it, and then after a while, and then like after the first couple hours, I think I gave up. I mean, to be fair, at the time, I was playing a lot of Halo. So I picked this up probably thinking it was like another shooter and did not understand it's really supposed to be more of an RPG, although I've heard some people say like ever since 3, it seems to have gotten more and more away from being an RPG.
Mm. I played some of, what was the one that came after that? The New Vegas.
Yeah, New Vegas.
Yeah, I played some of that one. But that was about it.
I want to play. I actually want to try out New Vegas because I heard like that was a lot of the people who worked on that. They worked on the first 2 games, so it feels more like the original, like the old ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I never actually played. You can get those on Steam though, can't you? I think now. The originals.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, the first 2 Fallout games, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't go. I'd be surprised if they didn't go for dirt cheap these days. At one point in Fallout, I created my character to look like my comic character. I even had a robot companion with her, and to top it off, I had a Deathclaw Apocalypse mod. That sounds actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I never actually was a big Fallout fan, to be perfectly honest. But yeah.
Well, you said you played New Vegas? What did you think of it?
It was all right. I think I went the wrong way though, because I wasn't too far from the start of the game, and I got completely torn to shreds. And I remember that one. It had this was it hardcore survival option where you gotta keep your water and that up.
Yeah, that's right. There was like a hardcore mode where they had introduced survival mechanics. Like you have to watch how much you're sleeping. You have to watch your food. You have to watch you have to stay hydrated. It's like that actually kind of makes the world feel more real. If you can actually die from hunger or thirst or something.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah, that actually. Yeah, there's actually I think there's a survival mode option in 4 too. Like you can't use fast travel. You have to sleep regularly, and you actually do gotta eat and drink food regularly too.
Oh damn!
And the chems and the chems will affect you a lot harsher too.
Have you actually tried playing with that on it?
I did for a while. And I think I turned it off just because I kind of wanted the fast travel back. Having to walk from one end of the Commonwealth to the other just feels like a chore.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, there's a lot of people who don't actually like fast travel. Is actually quite surprised, and they say it ruins the games, but it's not like you have to use it, is it?
No, you don't. It's a shortcut. And
yeah.
Fair enough. You can say it takes you out of it breaks the immersion. I think that's a fair criticism, but it's like, well, to me, it's like, what's the opposite? What's the opposite? You just walk from one end to the other. It's just like, I'm going to. Oh God, this is so boring. Like, this is something that would be that they could fix if they added in vehicles.
Yeah.
Or some way of fast travel that didn't involve breaking the immersion, like having to, like hitch a ride on a caravan or something. Like Morrowind sort of did that. You remember?
Yes.
Yeah, like Morrowind got rid of fast travel, but it did at least put something in that still made getting from one end of Vardenfell to the other end and a little faster than just having to walk, and was taking public transport. You know what? Actually, Daggerfall had a really gorgeous system with its fast travel. Because Daggerfall, even if you activated fast travel, it still tracked how long it was taking for you. Like it would say,
yeah.
Yeah, it would say it took you this many days to get from this end of Daggerfall to the other.
That's right, it did too. I mean, the other thing with fast travel is if you're like not everyone has time to jump on a game and they have the 30 minutes to get to point A to point B and you need to do something in point B. So you do the fast travel, you get to where you want to do later, then you can game within your time limit. I mean, yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah, like I said, like that was what was really good about Daggerfall. It tracked the time it took. Daggerfall tracked your time, and like because there were even quests in Daggerfall that were time sensitive. And you had to work against a clock sometimes.
Yeah, that's right.
Like that's something that probably would make fast travel not as game break, not as immersion breaking if that was added in. Like they should probably be making some of those missions time sensitive. Like you have a clock you're working against, and failing to get from one end to the other within that time period means you failed the quest. You know, actually, they actually had something like that in the first Fallout. Like the whole story was that you had to go out, you had to leave your vault and go out into the wasteland, and you had like 100 or 150 days to find a part to help that your vault needed. Otherwise, and if you didn't get it in time, you failed the main quest.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yeah, now people said like 100 days was like not enough time to really explore all, because here's the thing. They still wanted you to explore the world, but some people could potentially get lost, and you could potentially find yourself in a spot where the game became unbeatable because you just were too far away to get back on track.
That's a pretty big thing you got to watch out for, then, isn't it?
Exactly.
Jeez.
Yeah. So what? Yeah, like I said, a lot of people said like even that 100 days was not enough time to be able to properly explore, take in the world, and still complete the main quest. So they later added a patch that extended it, I think, to like 150 days. Yeah. Yeah. That would actually be kind of cool if you had more games that had like a timer mechanic and it built into their missions or something, like really makes the stakes feel like they have more weight when you have to work against time.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be interesting. They gotta do it properly, though. I mean,
yeah,
I think getting the balance in that's probably the biggest issue, and it's why a lot of games don't do it. But it would be a good idea.
Yeah, there's actually a guy on I called Indigo Gaming. He was actually pitching what he would like to see in a Fallout 5. So something I think, and there's actually another channel I'm keeping an eye on that's working on like a full conversion mod for Fallout 4. I think it's called Fallout Cascadia, and it's essentially taking Fallout and putting it in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh wow!
I am so down for that one. There's even another one full-on conversion called Fallout Miami.
That would be
That's
good.
That actually would be interesting, especially if they managed to mod in like mutant alligators or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That would be. I mean, you could have that whole swamp area, and they could like be sort of camouflaged as well.
Exactly, dude. I mean, like, oh, dude, like the whole north of Florida is basically swamp area, and it's just. But yeah, I can just imagine like post-apocalyptic Miami. It's been rabid, like it's just crawling with irradiated gators and shit.
That'd be cool.
Very freaking cool.
Sadly, I don't think we'll be seeing anything from Fallout for a while, though.
Well, right now, Bethesda is busy working on Elder Scrolls 6 and Star. What was that other one? It was they announced it at E3 and I forgot its name already.
Yeah, I know the one you mean. I've forgotten it completely though, and it's yeah, you could go to plants and stuff, couldn't you?
Although I gotta say, does that bode well if you can't? Yeah, if it's a game you're hyped for and you can't remember its name.
Well, maybe the name just wasn't anything special, and also there hasn't been any new news about it, so you know,
Possibly.
maybe it's been cancelled.
I don't think so. I think so. I'm looking it up right now because actually I think they might even possibly be putting like Fallout on hold considering what happened with Fallout 76.
Yeah, it was a bit of a fuck up.
Yeah, it was. Like there's a. I'm looking at their Wikipedia page and all it lists is the games they've published. It doesn't say anything about the games they're working on. Oh wait, there's a list that they're. Let's see. Come on, give me something to. Goodness. These are. Nah. Okay, did anyone hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Guys, people, I apologize. My landlord's having the roof work done, so you're probably going to be hearing some noise in the background. Oh, and I found it. It's called Starfield.
Yeah, it's to be announced. Hold on, let me just.
Yeah, they announced that at E3.
I know this.
It could be full.
It's not a lot of info.
Well, again, all they did was just announce that they had that title in the works at E3.
Yeah.
So,
well,
if I remember correctly, I don't think they even showed off a trailer for it. So,
yeah. Well, Elder Scrolls 6 hardly got a trailer. It got a fucking. You looked at a hill, and that was it. That was fucking.
Yeah, but for for Elder Scrolls, that's kind of been par for the course. I remember the Skyrim trailer, like it was nothing but Max von Sydow doing that little bit of narration over that mural.
Yeah,
although it did look pretty cool. It did look cool though.
It did give you an idea of what the story was going to be, though, as well. It gave you something.
I'll give you that. Yeah, okay. I'll concede that point. I'll concede that point. At least the Skyrim trailer was a bit more exciting.
Yeah.
And again, doing it over that mural, I mean, like even having them move a little, having the images move a little bit, it did look cool. It was a good mood setter.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's nothing new about Elder Scrolls 6 or Starfield at all. They're just to be announced at this moment. That's all I've got.
Yeah, that figures.
Oh well, maybe this year we'll get something.
Yeah. I guess. Okay, well, enough about talking about Bethesda games. I guess we should at least just talk about this briefly as much as we can, just because I don't want to dwell on it too much. Because I don't know if anyone. especially because I just don't want to come across like I'm trying to exploit this for views. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it was Friday, right? It happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that Friday, if you weren't paying it, and on the off chance people listening don't know about this, there was a mass shooting at a mosque down in Christchurch, which is in the South Island of New Zealand. In case it was
nowhere near me, for the record. Nowhere near me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The Dinte was nowhere near that. He is. Yeah. In fact, nobody. In fact, him and Sam. Yeah, you guys are nowhere near the South Island.
No.
Yeah. So they were okay. But honestly, and I will say this: I will just say I've got nothing but sympathy for the families of the victims, and I am sorry that happened to them. And I'm also glad that it seems like the police were able to apprehend the perpetrator.
Yep, they got him.
Got him alive, I think.
Yeah. He's been charged with murder, so yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I think they're gonna get justice. I think we can presume that guy's gonna get punished to the full extent of the law.
Absolutely. The only way he'll get a chance is if he's proven criminally insane, and even then he's still gonna get locked away. So yeah.
Yeah. Although when you read the guy had a manifesto for that, though. It's just and it almost reads like he was insane, but well, some people might think it reads like he's insane. The guy's manifesto, it read like Timothy McVeigh if he had spent all his time on 4chan. Like what is so insane about that guy's manifesto is that he will call himself like a. This is going to be hard to keep my thoughts straight with that happening. He was talking about like how he liked Oswald Mosley, and in the same breath also liked communist China. And let me just tell you, those two things, they don't gel together.
No, they do not.
So his manifesto just reads like he's completely he's completely nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, the guys, there's clearly there's some screws loose upstairs, that's for sure.
Especially considering, I think in part of his manifesto, he said the whole point of it was to try and spark a civil war in the U.S.
Yeah, well, he may have actually fucking succeeded in that by the looks of it.
I don't know. I don't think we're there yet, but
he's definitely pushed you in the right direction, along with a few other things.
The guy's he was trying to provoke the American left to get more grabby with guns, and then that would get the right to be more reactionary. It's just like, all I can say is if you're trying to, putting aside the fact that this guy murdered 49 innocent people, the fact you're trying to spark a civil war that is going to have civilian casualties more than likely. Yeah, what the fuck is your malfunction, dude?
Can we just also point out, while this did happen in New Zealand, he was Australian, so yeah.
No, yeah, he was Australian too. Yeah, here's what I found out, because there was a Nick Monroe, a freelance journalist. He put together a thread of what was happening at the time. And I remember seeing in that thread, there was a guy who pointed out that if he was Australian, there should have been no way he should have been able to get a gun.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, gun laws in New Zealand are strict as fuck.
Yes, they are. They're very different.
In New Zealand, you cannot own a gun unless it's for hunting.
Yep. And you can't carry a gun either.
Yeah.
You don't have that right here at all.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, I mean, like, that's. I mean, like you told me, there's even an anti-gun lobby down in New Zealand that said that's all like, no, not good enough, has to be banned completely, right?
Yeah, there's those people that are starting to form.
Which
This is just,
we predicted that
yeah,
that was going to happen.
there are going to be some changes to the laws. Like it's going to get stricter at the very least, anyway.
Dude, how can it get any stricter? Like the next step to go is just ban the guns completely.
I don't know. We'll have to see what they come up with, but it's going to be relooked at and revised, and you know, all that fleshy shit.
I think though what I found out later, and this was from Sam, that the New Zealand media was actually getting very hush hush about a lot of the details surrounding it.
Yeah, well, they're actually New Zealand's actually blocking you from checking out some websites, especially if they got the video up.
Oh yeah, like now, yeah, like Sam's told me, like if you got caught with that video, you could go to prison.
Yeah,
yeah, because because get this, guys, the motherfucker he streamed his shooting over to Facebook.
Yeah, that's how they were first alerted to it as well. Well, one of the first ways.
Yeah, it's just like this guy was. Everything about this guy's actions just screams he was doing all this with the intention of getting caught and making a spectacle.
Yep.
Like he wanted, and all just so he can provoke a civil war in this war out here. And to which I just say, fuck you very much, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like whatever happens to him in prison, I got no sympathy for that guy.
He'd probably be in some kind of solitary confinement, mostly, I'd say.
Yeah. I think one of the worst things that he did, that he ended up accomplishing out of it, though, is he was, like I said, part of it was for him to provoke the left, because some of the stuff he included was he had pictures of his guns, and I think one of them had "subscribe to PewDiePie" written on them.
Yeah, because now apparently there's a backlash at PewDiePie because, well, it wasn't his fucking fault. Come on.
Yeah, you can't tie that. You can't tie that shit to him.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, how hard is this to understand? Like, PewDiePie has no control over what people who watch him may or may not do. He can't do anything about that.
No, he can't.
I mean, I will say this, though. He was a real class act in deciding to not upload a video the day after out of respect for the victims.
Yeah.
It was the right thing for him to do.
It was.
Yeah. But yeah, all the blue check marks on Twitter who decided to say that this was his fault. I want to say you guys are playing into what this guy wanted. You're as much of a part of the problem as that guy as he is.
And that's what I mean by he's probably succeeded in some way in what he wanted to do. Because they also want to start banning people on 4chan and shit like that.
Yeah, Sam told me like 4chan, like certain ISPs in New Zealand are actively blocking sites like 4chan, archive.is, and 8chan. Like they are anything that's got information that kind of runs counter to what the media out in New Zealand is talking about. They're just getting wiped.
Yep.
Fuck, I wonder if do you think this stream is gonna get blocked all the way out in New Zealand? Let's find out.
I doubt it. I very much doubt it. I mean, you can still find YouTube videos about the subject as long as it's not directly, showing what happened.
Well,
So,
I don't
yeah.
have that video because I didn't go looking for it. I don't want to go watching. I don't want to see
No.
real people actually getting gunned down. I don't need that on. I don't need to live with that kind of memory.
No, we don't. We don't need that at all. So, I'm happy with that video disappearing as well. More than happy.
Yeah. I think it's overreacting to sort of throw people and to charge people with prison time for having watched it. But yeah, I mean, I get.
Yeah,
But
if they download it, own it, and are sharing it, then yeah, maybe. But if they've just watched it, that's a bit of an overreaction. I mean, it's not the best thing to do, but still.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a little that yeah, that's kind of what them if you had to guess though, I mean like you've probably been more plugged in you've obviously been more plugged into this than I have. Would you say it's kind of been sort of what the media out in New Zealand's been doing? They've just been overreacting to everything.
Yeah. It's not the first time. I mean, this is the first time something to this level has happened to you, but it's not the first time the media have taken it and blown a lot out of proportion. I mean, it's almost like what they do these days with everything.
Oh yeah, I mean like CNN or NBC, they can't go a day without talking about how Trump did something bad allegedly.
I know.
I can only imagine what they do out in New Zealand.
They fucking actually do that over here with Trump. Whenever he does something, no matter how small, they take it completely out of context, or they try and twist it into a way where he looks like an absolute idiot. But it's not the case of what happened. It's just how they're trying to push it.
Dude, I mean, at least out here, I get it because it's the States. That's more relevant to us, but why New Zealand?
Because New Zealand wants to be the fucking States. Sam and I have said this before. They want to be the States, but they don't understand the States at all. I mean, like, I said this to you over Facebook when we were talking about the shooting incident. There was a actual New Zealand leader that gathered a bunch of women. Her name's Paula Bennett. We've talked about her before. She's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And she gathered all these, young girls like 10 to 14, and she rallied them down at the Beehive and made them protest and was trying to teach them that rape culture is in New Zealand and it's dangerous. And that is an extremely fucking dangerous thing to teach girls that age, especially when it's not real.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I believe you. It's. I don't know, like, why? Can I just say New Zealand? You shouldn't want to be America. You should just want to be New Zealand. You got your own way of doing things. What was wrong with that?
Fuck no. New way? I don't know. I don't know where the fucking all this shit started. I just
Sam said I think I remember Sam saying it started with someone named Douglas.
Douglas.
Prime Minister? A Prime Minister?
Who's Douglas?
I'm looking this up. New Zealand. Prime Minister. Is it Roger Douglas? This is where I think this is the guy Sam was talking about. That ring a bell?
Roger Douglas.
Roger Douglas. Served as a minister in 2 Labor governments.
Yeah, member of parliament from 1969 to 1990. Yeah, see, that would have been before I was even fucking interested or really cared.
Yeah.
New Zealand Act leader in office 1994 to 1996. member of part of the Egg Party in office 2008 to 2000. No, yeah, see, the fucking Egg Party wasn't really a priority then, because that's when fucking John Key took over. Yeah, this guy's completely flown under my radar.
I might be remembering something else Sam was talking about. Man, it's just. I want to find, but yeah, it's just like it's not going to be fun for New Zealand going forward after this.
No, it is not. It's definitely not. Especially when we just got fucking the right leaders in and things are starting to come back around, and then this happened and it's fucking like all been for nothing almost.
I mean, Jacinda Ardern has some good things about her. I'll grant that, but she doesn't strike me as someone who's pro-gun.
No.
Like I pretty much expect she's gonna bend the knee on making the gun laws even stricter, like almost instantly.
And the thing is, it's fucking election year next year as well. So, you know, this is where people are going to take advantage of this and build this into their political rallies to try and sway the votes next year. So it's come at a really fucking bad time.
And I'm going to go out on a limb and say there isn't a New Zealand version of the NRA.
Nope, there is not. Not really.
Yeah.
Like I said, to get a gun, like it's purely for hunting, nothing else. So when something like this happens, I mean, you're not even allowed a gun to defend yourself by rights.
So about the only way you're probably allowed to really carry a gun is if you're police or military?
Police, military, and yeah, if you're a hunter and you've got to be like on the grounds where you're allowed to hunt, then you're allowed to carry. That's the only time. Yeah, I couldn't even walk outside my house with a gun because I'm breaking the law, you know?
I think Sam even said you're not even allowed to keep them in your house.
You are allowed to keep them in your house, but they have to be locked away at all times. You can't even technically you shouldn't be allowed to take it out to clean it. I mean, you could do it. That's easy to get away with, but by rights, you're not even really supposed to do that. And they're not allowed to be loaded in the house. Like if I had a rifle and it's all locked away, and I know the police wanted to come around and check it, if they found it was loaded, I'd be off to jail.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very fucking strict and very different from what you guys are used to.
Yeah, well, out here in the States, the gun laws sort of vary from state to state. Like Arizona, in my opinion, has the best gun laws because they have what's known as constitutional carry. In other words, out in Arizona, you don't even need a permit. You can literally walk into a gun store, buy a gun, and walk out.
Wow.
Completely legal. Almost anywhere else, you gotta have a permit, a license, something. Not in Arizona. Yes. In fact, there's like, yeah, it's just actually, like, even though Washington has sort of a reputation for being a blue state, which is mostly thanks to Seattle, this is actually a pretty pro-gun state. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that all the bases, we got like a lot of veterans, and there's still like a lot of rural communities. So, yeah, it's just, let me put it this way: when you get outside of Seattle, Washington is basically MAGA country.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think you're even allowed a concealed carry permit, which basically means you're allowed to carry a gun and hide it on your person.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, but then again, and you'll get into states like Illinois or New York, which have very strict gun laws. And in fact, I think in both cases, guns are illegal there. I'd have to double check, but it's one of those things where it varies from state to state. Some states are better about it than others.
Yeah.
And it also helps that the NRA does have a lot of muscle behind it.
I'm guessing it's working because.
Well, they've been. Let me put it this way: they haven't stopped the anti-gun lobby from existing, but they do at least kind of act as sort of a bulwark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, it also I think it also helps that America just has this culture with guns.
Yeah.
I mean, for fuck's sake, they wrote it. It's the Second Amendment in the Constitution. Right to bear arms shall not be infringed. Well, right to bear arms and form or militias. Cause, like, people, it's one of those things where like the founding fathers, they wanted people to be able to arm themselves if the government got too tyrannical.
That's something you do not want to happen either.
Nope, you don't.
Not at all.
It's not a lot. It's not something that, to my knowledge, like a lot of other countries adopted it. Oh, we definitely know New Zealand did not adopt that.
No, they didn't. We're fucking stuck with whoever we've got.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, okay. I think we definitely took that as far as we could. I don't want to dwell on the political stuff because that's just honestly a drag for me. It's not fun.
No,
people talking about it that talk about it way better than I do.
Yeah. I'll just say it's going to be fucking interesting what happens coming up to election year next year. Now, I mean, this has really turned New Zealand on its head. So,
yeah, doubt. No doubt, man. It's just like I didn't, and I just feel sorry for you and Sam and Bio. You guys are. It's gonna. Just hope it doesn't get too bad.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what comes up. I mean, that's all we fucking can do. So yeah.
Yeah. So, Legendary put out a new TV spot for Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Did they? I have not seen that yet.
Well, a little bit, kind of it's showing like a monarch trying to get in contact with Godzilla. Sort of, they're under like it's with a submarine and they're underwater, and they're taught. I think they're talking about like how he's flashing his spines like he's trying to warn them or something.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, they put a lot of thought in how to portray them. Right, the monsters, like they don't portray them as just like. Obviously, they portray them as being intelligent, but they portray them as animals. Like they've done the characterization very well, in my opinion. You know, and in fact, there's another thing that just kind of dawned on me as I was thinking about it. I remember catching a couple videos about like how the legendary Godzilla has gills. Did you notice that when you watched it?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, guess what? If he has gills, that means he doesn't have lungs. Well, he doesn't have a circulatory system the same way mammals or land-based animals do.
That's true.
Now, here's something that dawned on that I noticed the first time I saw the Godzilla 2014. I remember in the middle of the fight, he seemed like he was getting winded or tired. You remember?
Yep.
And then, right when I remembered gills means he has no lungs, that's when it hit me. He was getting wind. If he has gills, that means he can't stay on land for very long.
That's true, but
because his body can't process oxygen the same way.
Yeah, but then he collapses for a good few hours, doesn't he?
Yeah. So that's when it hit me. He has to go back to the water sooner or later. He can't stay on land for long. So he has to he was getting winded, not because he was getting winded because he was starting to run out of breath. Him coming down to dry land is basically means he has to hold is basically him having to hold his breath. Sort of. Like it's like going underwater. You got to hold your breath because you can't breathe the oxygen because you can't breathe underwater. Like it's why they tell you if you find yourself getting bitten by a shark, the way you're going to get free is you punch it in the gills.
Yeah. I mean, you got to fucking keep a clear fucking head for that, but yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. You punch a shark in the gills, that messes up its breathing. And it's also and it also kind of goes without saying it's a very sensitive part of its body as well. So it hurts a lot.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I remember there was even a part in the movie where he even got shot in the gills by a missile. Or at least it came very close. So that's a big weak spot he has.
That's true.
Yeah. I don't know. It just kind of makes sense to me that if Godzilla has gills, like even if he's capable of going on dry land, he can't stay there for long. He has to go back to the water sooner or later. Because if he has gills, his body was sort of designed to process oxygen by absorbing it through water.
It'll be interesting to see if that's the point they bring up in these ones. Yeah, and that'll probably come in. That will come into play if he's going to be facing King Kong.
Well, it better come into play if he's fighting King Ghidorah. Like it's actually it's not even hard because like you have to assume like King Ghidorah is about as intelligent as he is. So he just has to get one of his heads to wrap around his neck, and he's got him.
And that's probably where Mothra will come in as well.
Well, Mothra and Rodan.
Yeah.
Actually, I really love the way they designed Rodan for this. Like he comes out of a volcano, and he's got little bits of lava coming off his body. It's like he's a phoenix or something.
Nice.
Yeah, have you seen any of the TV spots, trailers, or any of the artwork he's appeared in?
I've seen the artwork. I haven't seen the TV spot trailers yet, though.
Yeah, but you kind of noticed like there was a big fire theme going on with him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that just looks really damn cool.
Yeah, what, a couple of months away from that? No.
Godzilla King of the Monsters, I think, comes out in May. I'm checking out. I'm going to double check that.
Yeah, it's end of May, so a little over a couple of months away now.
Yeah, May 31st. So yeah, we got about yeah. I am going to see that in the theater. I have to. Like, this is not a movie that is going to look that is going to be as good in home video.
I agree with you there.
I mean, obviously, I want the DVD or the Blu-ray, but it's just like the experience is not going to be the same if you don't see it in the theater.
No.
Like,
yeah.
I remember when you made that review of Summer Wars, how it just seemed to have that atmosphere, like this was made to be seen in a theater.
Yep, it was. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Summer Wars, that was a good movie.
Oh yeah, it was. You know, it's kind of. I wonder how many people know it's basically the Digimon movie, but more refined.
Yeah, people, when I made the review, a lot of people commented about that, and I was like, well, I've never really watched Digimon, so that one went over my head. That's why I didn't bring it up in the review. But it would have been a point I would have brought up if I knew about it.
Yeah. Well, of course it would, because it has the same director.
Yeah. Mamoru Hosoda. Yeah.
Yeah, Mamoru Hosoda.
Mamoru Hosoda.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah, I think, if I remember correctly, actually, wasn't the Digimon movie the first time he directed an anime?
Hold up, let's check that. It probably would be. Right, so
If not, it's very early in his career.
Yeah,
I think we could.
Well, that was like
as director. Yeah. Yes, I was right. Digimon was his first.
Yeah, Digimon 2000. Yep. And then he did a One Piece movie, and then he started his main series with The Girl Who Let Through Time.
Yeah, Girl Who Let Through Time was definitely where his career really started taking off.
Yep.
I am not gonna argue against that. I did not see the One Piece movie you did. I did see the Digimon movie when I was very young. I didn't know what to make of it back then, to be honest.
I was never I never was a Digimon person ever. So
yeah,
I have no comment.
This would be something to bring Sam in, and because even when Digimon was on, when Digimon was on, I didn't have cable at the time, so I kind of missed out on that. I know Sam loved Digimon. Although I do remember, when I was growing up, I was in grade school, when Pokemon and Digimon were just so fucking popular. All the kids in my classes, everyone was talking about Pokemon.
Yeah. Pokemon was huge.
Still is.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, fucking 20 years later, it's still at the top.
Oh yeah, people were psyched for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Oh, here's something. I'm just looking up on Mamoru Hosoda's Wikipedia page. Do you want to know what else he worked on? It's one of his minor credits, but you're gonna dig this. He worked on the Samurai Champloo opening.
Yeah, I've got it open to. I saw that because he's also done a few Digimons. He's done a One Piece episode.
Yeah.
And he's also, as key animator, he's worked on the Dragon Ball Z Broly movies, the older ones, not the newer one. And he's worked on Crying Freeman.
Wow. Matt, Sam keeps telling me to watch Crying Freeman or read Crying Freeman. But then again, it's by Sam's favorite manga author, so of course he's going to tell me.
Yeah, it is good. They actually did a live action movie to it as well. It was one of the earliest ones that Hollywood tried to cash in on, and as always fucked it up. But at least they got some Asian actors. You can't fucking say they didn't try.
Really? I heard I don't know, I've heard some people say it was good.
I didn't think it was that good. That's just me though. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being this fucking nasty person here who doesn't like things for the hell of it.
Although Sam could not stop talking about how good the Alita movie was, though.
I have not seen that. I've heard that it's meant to be really good though, but it's getting apparently he's getting attacked by people because of body shaming or some shit. I don't know. They're complaining about something.
I remember actually seeing the OVA back when it was easy to find anime on YouTube. I liked what I saw in that OVA, but the problem was the ending. It was one of those OVAs where the ending left you wanting more, and it sucked because there wasn't more.
I know what you mean. Yep.
There's only 2 episodes of that OVA, I think.
Oh shit. The fucking Guyver OVA was the same thing.
I'm gonna double check just to be sure, because I think it was 2 episodes long. Let's see, was I right? Yep, it was 2 episodes long.
Oh damn.
Yeah, and the reason it didn't have there were only 2 episodes because the manga the creator, what's his name, Kishiro. And it doesn't give his full name. It just says like he was too busy with the manga, and he wasn't serious about an adaptation.
No, fair enough, I guess. Fair enough.
Yeah, I actually do want to check. Though it does make me want to check out the manga because I heard that gets really cool. Oh, the author's name is Yukito Kishiro. Yeah, yeah. I also do kind of want to see the movie too. I kind of feel like I think I missed out on it.
Yeah, I think that's going to be one I'm going to check out, but I'm in no rush to do it.
Yeah. Like I said, but the only thing I really want to see in the theaters right now is Godzilla King of the Monsters, just because like it's like I feel like you have to see that.
Yeah.
It's like it's just, yeah, just so much is gonna be so much of the experience is gonna be missed if you don't get it in the theater.
Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of which, I mean, like I actually, on a related note, I was actually able to stream a couple Godzilla movies online over the past couple of days. Went back and for some reason I just wanted to go back and watch Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. Do you want to know something interesting I learned about him?
What's that?
Space Godzilla's design was sort of adapt. Do you remember there was a video game called Super Godzilla?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think like at the final boss, like there's a Super Godzilla form. Let me pull it up. Because like what I found out was that Space Godzilla's design was based in part off Super Godzilla. Get this. If I can find it. Oh, yeah, here we are. I was right. I'm going to open the image, and then I'm going to screen share this.
All right. Hold on. Good.
And like, once you see it, it's like, I dare anyone to argue against it. Like, you see that?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like so freaking obvious.
It's almost just a palette swap, isn't it?
Almost yeah,
a few slight differences, but yeah.
Oh yeah, there's differences, sure, but yeah, you can it almost feels like that was like they just took the Super Godzilla design and just and just tweaked it a little, and I mean, to be honest, it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue against that. It's a design that worked.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go and say that Space Godzilla is one of my favorite Godzilla kaiju. I mean, he's got cool ability, he's got a cool design, but it's like the whole. But for my money, it's like when it comes to like copies of Godzilla, it's like when it comes to copies of Godzilla, it's like I'm satisfied with just Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah.
Although I do like Space Godzilla, don't get me wrong.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And of course, that movie was good too. And then I think like the next one I went digging through was I went and dug up Godzilla Tokyo SOS. This one's like the only movie in the Millennium series that is like a direct sequel to one of the others, because it's a sequel to the third Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla version. that one is really good because like in the Millennium Mechagodzilla, the origin for him is that he was built around the skeleton of the original Godzilla, and he's got some genetic memories in him.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they gave that Mechagodzilla a lot of character, which not some. I mean, to be fair, I mean, like the first one had tons of character. Like he was just a mean, nasty son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Which is what he was supposed to be. Second one is just kind of so-so. Like, you know, he's not. It's not a bad. It's not bad. I mean, the design is okay and all, but it's just like he's just a robot Godzilla. That's literally it. He's got no character.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, it's just like it didn't. Second Mechagodzilla just doesn't do it for me. The third Mechagodzilla, though, really interesting, just because, like I said, he's sort of because he's got the original Godzilla skeleton in him. And there's like, and like it's a bit of a spoiler because like at the end of Tokyo SOS, like what they've been kind of hinting at throughout the movie is that Mechagodzilla doesn't want to fight. He kind of wants to just go back to sleep. Yes, he's essentially like a Frankenstein Godzilla when you get right down to it.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to describe him.
Yeah. So now, and essentially his spirit just wants to go back to rest. And like at the end of it, like after he's beaten Godzilla is kind of roaring and defeated, and that just triggers another memory in him. And what Mechagodzilla does is he picks up Godzilla and flies off to the sea, and he intends to sink both of them at the bottom of the Japan Trench. It's actually a good way for that character to go out.
Yeah. That's probably actually one of the. I'm actually kind of with James Rolfe saying that's probably one of the better Godzilla movies. In fact, it's like even probably one of the best out of the Millennium series. Like I like a lot of the Millennium series movies because my biggest beef with them was that they were all essentially reboots. Like there was no continuity between them. Not like with the Heisei series. Like I think that one was actually the best overall Godzilla series just because there was a strong continuity between each movie. Like they would actually reference things that happened in other movies. Like in the first, like it starts off with Godzilla 1985 or Return of Godzilla, depends on which one you've got, and then it goes into Godzilla versus Biollante. It ends with him getting tossed into that volcano, and then he's still there in Godzilla versus Biollante. And then King Ghidorah, they've been monitoring him, and they've been referenced like this is where he's been since he fought Biollante, and then. I don't think they said anything about Godzilla versus Mothra, but Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, they said like they get the Mecha King Ghidorah from the bottom of the sea and reverse engineer the tech to build Mechagodzilla. And then they introduce Baby Godzilla, and then like, I mean, that was strong just for continuity. Did not. Like there was a very loose continuity in the Showa series, and a lot of them were just really goofy. Yeah. That's one when he flies, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, what do you want with the 60s and the 70s? That was kind of par for the course. And then you get to the Millennium series, and there's like not even really much of a continuity except for Godzilla versus Godzilla X Mechagodzilla and Tokyo SOS, and otherwise all the others are just doing reboots or kind of billing themselves as a sequel to the first one. It's just like I said, got some good movies out of that. I just wish there had been more of a continuity going because that was cool.
Yeah, would have been. I agree there.
And I'm like, I kind of love, and I love that the Legendary series has brought that back. That there's actually it's not even just a continuity. They're actually trying to make a whole universe out of this because Kong Skull Island happens in that universe.
Yeah, because the post-credit scene, it's building up for the Godzilla this year.
Yep.
And of course, they're fighting. I don't know if it's next year or it's been pushed back, but that'll be the movie after this is Godzilla versus King Kong.
Yeah, Kong versus Godzilla. Actually, I think it's supposed to come out March next year.
Okay. Oh.
And that's actually that is actually a good time to be putting it in because that's going to have very little competition in that spot.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, they may actually take up the mantle as one of the bigger movie series now.
Speaking of which, did you catch the Avengers Endgame trailer?
Yeah, it looks like they're keeping Captain Marvel out as much as they can, and I'm really glad with that. And then I've actually looked this up, and the Russo brothers said that they don't like how strong she is, and they wanted to keep her to the sideline. I'm actually really relieved to hear that.
Damn. But they caught flag for that.
Oh, they did. Of course they did. I mean, they're catching flag because they put lipstick on her, for fuck's sake. I mean, yeah. But I'm gonna give them this. They are keeping it very hush hush, but I don't think there was a point to that second trailer because we saw nothing that wasn't in the first trailer already. And I think we've lost you again. Oh yeah, he's just okay. Anyone's listening? Brett has frozen. But just I guess I'll carry on talking until he comes back. But I actually like that the Avengers Endgame. It's keeping things hush hush. But that second trailer really had no point to it. Oh, there you go. You're back. No, you're not.
Okay, so yeah, they get that if your character's OP, there's no
and you're gone again. Oh, there you are. I'm sorry, people. We seem to be having technical issues. Okay. Yeah, I think he's having a lot of troubles on his end. As he said, there was people working on his roof. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. And he's just fixing the problem. He won't be long. Oh, there he goes.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, like they get if your character is OP, then there's no stakes. There's no reason to get invested because they'll just steamroll every threat that gets tossed at them.
I know. And Kevin Feige, I'm actually really disappointed he said this. He came out and says, "Oh, she's going to be much stronger than Thanos. Thanos won't be a match for him." I'm like, why? Why would you do that? I mean,
Exactly.
given in Infinity War, you could feel the 30. He wasn't impossible to beat. We saw characters they could potentially beat him, but they had to be clever about it. And then the movie ended with shit. He's won. Spoilers. He's won. This is a real threat. They're going to have to get their act together. A few months later, oh, don't worry, Captain Marvel. She can tie her hands behind her back and close her eyes, and she'll still be able to do it. It's like, oh, going into Endgame, it's like it ruins it, knowing that. And he's gone again, I believe. But yeah. So the Russo brothers have said that Captain Marvel, they don't like how she's done. So I think Endgame should be safe from her ruining it too much. I hope. And I'm not sure what's happening here. Well, until Brett fixes this, I will keep the show going as best I can. Another movie that's coming out this year is John Wick 3. That should be good. That's going to be finishing off that series. And I think there's Shazam, which is next month, which is another one I wanted to see, which actually looks like a lot of fun. It's good that the DC universe is actually getting their act together. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I fixed it.
All right, sweet. I was just blabbering on to try and keep us going. Anyway, you were saying.
About the only time I've ever seen the OP protagonist ever work was in One Punch Man.
And that's kind of a gimmick, isn't it? It's not like...
Well, yeah. Well, it is a gimmick, but it's also like showing that, because the thing with Saitama is once he realized he could basically just kill anything in one punch, everything just got real boring for him.
Yeah.
Like it shows just how pointless it just shows how pointless a character like that is.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm really let down that fucking Marvel did this. I mean, they it's like it's almost shit on the entire 11 years that have come before it, and it's really sad.
Yeah. DC movies not being connected is a good idea for now, says Kanohi Kiro.
Yeah, it's probably best until they get their footing right, which they're doing now. I mean, you got Aqua and Wonder Woman, and Shazam looks like it's going to be a strong contender.
Yeah. And yes, Kanohi, you're right. What him being OP is the gag. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of him being OP. It's to show just how pointless that character is, and it's just like Saitama doesn't enjoy anything because everything's just too easy for him now. And that actually makes him compelling because you can tell he genuinely wants to enjoy life. But he can't because it's just too easy for him now. Yeah. Mm. That's a one. Yeah. That's just. I have to wonder though. I mean, like, if the Russo brothers gonna nerf Captain Marvel for Endgame? Because you said they don't like the fact that she's so powerful.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have her maybe do something else. I don't know what. They didn't even want her in. They said they did not want her in the Thanos movies at all. But of course, that was out of their hands. So they kept her out of Infinity War, which, I mean, if she was Infinity War, it would have been a completely different fucking movie. So she was kept out of that. Endgame. They said that they're going to focus on the original Avengers because this is going to be their final time together. And I don't know, maybe she's going to be off fucking holding off some army or some, I don't know. I don't know what they got planned, but she's not going to be a big part of it. And I was really relieved to hear that. I was very relieved to hear that.
So fuck yeah.
And the Russo brothers fucking understand why people don't like her. They got it. They said she's she's this super strong, flawless character, and they didn't like her. They didn't want to do anything with her because she was like that. But they had to because, of course, it's fucking Kevin Feige. He's just. I can't believe he fucking came out and fucking said, "Oh yeah, Miss Marvel. Oh, she can beat Thanos. It's going to be about her. She's the new face." It's like, wow, you've really just fucked yourself over. You know that?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, you've got people who want to leave. Elizabeth Olsen, who plays Scarlet Witch, does not like how they're handling Captain Marvel. And I don't blame her. She's been established as a pretty strong character who could potentially beat Thanos, but she's being pushed aside like nothing. Same with Doctor Strange and maybe Thor. I don't know. I mean, they've had some fucking build up. They've got some stakes involved. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they just. Oh man, they were. I hope they. I really hope they pull out all the stats for Endgame.
Yeah, it's very shrouded in mystery at the moment.
What's your opinion on the Ruben Langdon incident a few weeks ago? I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Langdon, she may be able to do all the other stuff, but she doesn't need to do. No, she doesn't.
No, she has not earned that. It's like, in fact, I think I heard people saying like what they saw, what Captain Marvel revealed about the larger Marvel universe, kind of ruined some of it because he got shot in Guatemala. Oh, that sucks. But yeah, like the event, they got the name Avengers because that was her call sign in the Air Force. Really? And Nick Fury lost his eye because her cat scratched it out.
Did he? Is it? Oh my god! Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh Jesus Christ! Wow.
Do you want to know something? Do you remember in Captain America: The Winter Soldier? He said when he said to Cap, "The last time I trusted somebody, I lost an eye."
Yeah, I remember that.
And now you realize he lost that eye because a cat scratched it out. An alien cat, but a cat nonetheless.
Oh, that's just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. It's also like when she was first announced she was getting a movie. You remember this, Brett, because we had this conversation. I was all right with it. I didn't think that much of it, especially because this was around the time they announced that X-Men was potentially coming back over, and I was thinking, holy shit, is this going to go where I think it's going to go? Hint, hint, Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
And you started telling me that there was a lot of controversy around Brie Larson that's happening behind the scenes. And that's when I looked into it and I found that you were correct. And that's when my concerns started to grow. And in the past few months, it's like everything that people were worried was going to happen is fucking happening.
Mm-hmm. Moral can never trust a cat. Well, knowing you've always been more of a dog guy anyway. Dogs don't scratch your eyes out, at least.
No, it would take a lot for them to do that. Dogs are not really scratchers, period.
Nope.
But yeah, I think the Russo brothers, I would just say thank God they were still doing Endgame because it may have been a completely different movie, and I'm glad to hear that she won't have much to do, so that's good news for me.
It's also good as it looks like they've been holding to their guns too.
Yeah. Speaking of which, James Gunn's back in director's seat for Guardians
That is
3.
true. Yeah, that's yeah, he's back after having learned to have been a better human being. I'm not really sure how I should feel about that. I mean, like, okay, now on the one hand, we're gonna probably get the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 the way he intended it, which will probably be a really good movie.
Yep, no doubt. Can't argue with that fact.
Yeah, and as far as far as like the whole controversy of how he got let go in the first place surrounding after like people like Jack Posobiec and Mike Cernovich dug up tweets that contained pedophile jokes.
Yeah, they were
I mean, at the
bad.
time, I understood why Disney did it, which, and on the one hand, hey, I can't fault them for it.
No, you can't. They did the right thing.
He's only back because it'll cover the losses Marvel cost Disney. I don't know. Let's check the. Let's check.
No, actually, I was just about to say that. I mean, Captain Marvel has been a pretty big disappointment for them, and then all of a sudden,
check the box office returns.
A lot of these have been fake, though.
Okay, I'm checking. I am checking the track. I'm gonna check. It says box office mojo says top 760 million worldwide.
Check out the Disney controversy, though. A lot of them, Disney bought the tickets.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, they've been exposed for it. And that's when the announcement that James Gunn is back as the director for Guardians 3 was announced. I was just about to, Mets beat me too. I was just about to say, you gotta wonder if they were like, oh shit, we got our back in the fucking corner now. So they pulled out a fucking wild card and held James Gunn back.
760 million. I wonder how many of those they actually did buy. And the budget was between 152 and 175.
The other thing you got to fucking think about too is James Gunn was hired as a director for Suicide Squad 2.
Oh, yeah. Actually, is he still going to be doing that?
That's a very good question. I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't know like how Marvel negotiate, like how Marvel and Disney negotiate these contracts. Are they like is there like exclusivity clauses in them or something?
Well, Lawrence Fishburne's been in Batman versus Superman. He was in Ant-Man and Wasp. So I'm not too sure.
Well, the actors are one thing. And then again, he wasn't. It's not like he was playing a major character either. But still, like, I don't know. I don't know how this shit works, and I don't pretend to.
Well, there's a headline from GameSpot that says James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie is a total reboot. It's not going to be a sequel, and that was published 3 hours ago. So it looks like he's still doing it.
Yeah. Wonder if so he's doing both movies still, huh?
I'm starting to wonder if this is because of what's happening with Captain Marvel and Disney had to make a bold move. Because right now, the only thing that we know is happening for certain after Endgame is Spider-Man Return Home, or Far Away from Home. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's no other Marvel movies that have been announced other than Guardians 3, and that was in a bit of limbo because of what happened. But there's no sign of Black Panther 2, Doctor Strange 2, any other new ones. We know X-Men and Fantastic Four back in Disney hands, so something will come of that eventually. But it's like it's almost barren after Spider-Man 2. And previously we've known about what Marvel movies are coming out, 2 years in advance.
Yeah, now they're being tight-lipped.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Although I gotta wonder if it has something to do with like a lot of Endgame is supposed to be the original Avengers. This is going to be the last time we see them. So is them being tight-lipped having to do with the fact that a lot of the old actors are having to go now?
Well, we know Chris Evans is leaving. We know Mark Ruffalo got fired from being the Hulk. I think Robert Downey Jr. is leaving as well. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what's happening with Chris Hemsworth.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Chris Evans is definitely leaving after this. So, yeah.
And I guess that also includes Jeremy Renner and Scarlett Johansson.
I think Scarlett Johansson's going to be around for a while because there's still this talk of a Black Widow movie they want to do. So,
oh yeah, I think I remember seeing some buzz about like how they want to do it. It has to be like, oh, contracts are ending.
Okay,
that might have something to do with it too.
Well, and we also know that Elizabeth Olsen might be leaving because she doesn't want to work with fucking Brie Larson.
Oh man, it's still though. I mean, like, I don't know. I just found myself getting so burned out on all the Marvel movies. It's like I just didn't even have the energy to really even get outraged at fucking Captain Marvel. Like, it's just like it came out and like, oh, well, I just don't care. Like,
yeah, I wasn't.
That's the thing. A lot of people underestimate this, but the worst thing you can do to a movie is actually not care about it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I wouldn't say I was outraged. I just thought it was a completely fucking stupid thing what they're doing. It's just fucked over 11 years worth of material, and that's not something to be proud of. Especially when it's your own work.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I said, I just didn't care about it. Yeah, and I still don't. And honestly, that hurts it. And guys, take that to heart. Me not caring about Captain Marvel hurts it way more than me being angry at it. You want to kill it, just don't care about it. That hurts it. The worst thing, because you want to know something? This is what it's kind of. Here's something about how videos work on YouTube. Even if you hit that dislike button, you're still putting it in the algorithm. The worst thing that can happen to a video on YouTube is nobody likes it or dislikes it. It just gets neither. Because it's not gonna show up in the algorithm. That's the worst thing you can do to any piece of media is not care about it. If you don't care about it, it hasn't affected you one way or the other. It's made no impact. So, and that's kind of why I stop with the outrage, just because that just feeds it. Exactly. Better loved or hated than forgotten. If you don't care about it, you are doing way more. Not caring about Captain Marvel does more damage to it than actually hating it, which is what a lot of people on comics Twitter seem to have forgotten.
Yeah. And
yeah,
they're just uploading videos about it non-stop. I mean, you do a Captain Marvel search on YouTube and Jesus.
Yeah. So I just don't care about it. Mm-hmm. What I do care about Godzilla King of the Monsters. I want to fucking see that.
I do too. I was just about to say, and I thought that they fucked over Star Wars hard.
And on the bright side, they brought back J.J. Abrams, and he's going to direct the 9th movie. But oh boy, does he have a hell of a mountain to climb after what Rian Johnson did.
The damage is done, though, man. The damage is done.
One of my coworkers thinks he can undo it, and I'm not holding my breath.
The only way he could do it is to make fucking Part 8 a complete nightmare that people dreamt. And maybe you'd stand a chance.
Maybe. You're probably right then. King of the Monsters is just Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster reboot. Yeah. Well, that's all it needs to be. I still want to see it so good. Exactly. Like I said, so what if it's a reboot of Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster? It doesn't need to be anything else. That's all. All right. You know, I think it's a good note to leave this episode on. Go see Godzilla King of the Monsters, people. That looks like it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. That and John Wick 3.
Yeah.
Don't forget John Wick 3. That's gonna be good.
John Wick 3. Actually, I've even got a better thing to leave off on. Just this morning, the Rags artist Luigi, Dan, Matt, and I, we commissioned something from him.
Okay.
It's gonna be a backer reward for the campaign.
Oh, nice. Yes, we're getting closer now. It's what, 3 or 4 weeks away?
April 5th. That's when it goes live.
5th.
Yep.
Nice.
This is what he sent us.
Alrighty. Where am I looking? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Gonna be a poster. That's gonna be a backer reward. Was worth every penny.
Sweet.
Yeah. I love that so much. I love that so much. I made it in a desktop wallpaper.
That looks, yeah. Okay, April 5th. That'll be my Saturday. Well, I get paid on April 10th, so I'll definitely be checking that out for you guys.
Thanks.
No worries.
And you're fucking right, Kenohi. That is gorgeous. We got a lot. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to I think a lot of people are going to be blown away by just the amount of options they're going to get with it.
That's good. All right, we'll definitely have to fucking do something when that's up and going.
I think Matt, Dan, and I are going to be doing a stream that day with Wicked. Awesome. I'll post the link. I'll make sure the links are posted so everyone can find them. In fact, just so in case you guys aren't already, let me pull up something. This is just so you guys can keep up to date because Wicked does a bi-monthly podcast I'm frequently on. Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, good.
A little bit. A hiccup. Get a bit of a hiccup there. All right. Here we are. All right. So yes. There's that link I just put in the chat. That's to Wicked's. That's to Wicked's official YouTube channel.
Alrighty.
I think we can expect that we'll be doing a creator interview with them the day we do that. We're going to be hitting up a lot of other streams to help hype this up. So yeah. Hope you guys are there. And thanks for subbing, Kenohi. All right. Good note to leave on. We'll see you guys next week.
Take care.